Texas Congressman Chip Roy is here. Congressman, look, they're going to try to go to the courts to get relief here. Any judge should see this as a federal supremacy issue on the issue of immigration. But your thoughts on where we are? Could the Insurrection Act come into play?
Yeah, Laura, great to be on and glad to follow Amon Blair, who's great. He's a good friend. He does great work down on the border. Thanks for having him on. I mean, look, what we're seeing right now is the radical left, the Marxist left, that endangered Texas. Now, let's remember that, the hypocrisy of these individuals. They said that we had to defer to Biden when they were ignoring their duty under the Constitution to secure the border and to secure Texas communities. And Jocelyn Dungray died, and thousands of people in Texas died from fentanyl poisoning, and we were in danger because they failed to do their constitutional duty. Now they want to tell us that we somehow have to defer to blue states wanting to somehow flex their muscles to not secure the border and stop federal officials under the Supremacy Clause. They certainly have the right, the Immigration Clause in the Constitution. They certainly can go do that. And they want to stop them. And by the way, who are we talking about? We're talking about the most dangerous people. You saw the list that they released of just Minnesota, not nationwide, just Minnesota. Those individuals who were rapists, who were murderers, multi-times over murderers from Guatemala, from Mexico, from all over the world. And they want to stand up and go stand in front of vehicles in some weird flex with their Coke bottle glasses, these middle-aged white women in Minnesota that want to stop the enforcement of the law. Of course, the president should use the Insurrection Act from 1807 to say, you know what, we can go out and stop this so we can enforce the law to protect the people of the United States under the Constitution. We, the average American, want that, and I think that they ought to use that and enforce the law.
They're trying to destabilize the United States. Yes. And you can see foreign influences getting in on the effort, right? They're stoking it. Make lists of your neighbors who are flying the American flag. Make websites where you put their addresses there for the future, for a future, post-government overthrow world that you'll live in. So a lot of these inputs are coming in, and I think that the Trump administration's, maybe some are feeling like they're caught in a bind here because the more you surge into the community, the more they surge, insurgents into the community. And so could there be a real moment of bloodshed that could send us down a really terrible road?
Well, we certainly want to avoid that, but we have, the professionals at ICE, the professionals at Border Patrol who are doing the Lord's work to protect our communities. We're going to stand alongside them. We certainly are in red states. The president and the leadership at DHS, the leadership of the White House, Tom Homan, Stephen Miller, they know how critical it is right now. To save America, Laura, we have got to remove these dangerous individuals. We have to remove the people that the radical Marxist left is organized to pump onto the streets of the United States.
And to vote.
And to vote. And thank you for getting to that, because that brings me to the point, because I'm the lead author of the SAVE Act, to ensure that only American citizens vote in American elections. The president rightly told the Republican conference last Monday, guys, we need to pass this. Get it through the Senate. This is all related. The radical Marxists, the radical Islamists, they want to remake America, and they want to allow other people to vote who are non-citizens and flow people into the country to do it. So, Tom Homan, they're 100% right. Get rid of them.
They can't win elections like they want to. So they want to subvert the process and swarm the system and destabilize it. This is the insurgency. Congressman, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.